Good morning, everybody. On this hugely, bigly, nice, sunlit day, the snow is gone, and I've obviously picked the perfect game to play while drenched in sunlight. That said, I came to realize that these Doom games are not getting any smaller, and time is running out before the Dark Ages drops, so we're just gonna go full Doom from this point on until we clear all of them. Well, all that remains, because we still gotta do this game, and then Resurrection of Evil, and then gotta go back for Doom 64 The Lost Mission, to Prime for 2016, and then Eternal. Then the journey will be complete. And then, you know what? There's a lot that's on the table. Maybe Hexen, maybe Quake, who knows. Anyway, as we can see, this is Doom 3, and we are going to just get started. Not on Nightmare. We'll be content with Veteran. This is the vanilla PC version, at least as vanilla as I can possibly make it, in that I'm running a front end called Doom 3, like DHEWM3, and what that does is it basically allows me to have modern resolution. That's it. That's the only change. It's a really good complement for running it in any capacity, and especially for the Steam Deck, which is what I'm currently running it off of.
Into biological research, space exploration, and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal obligations, the UAC controls the most advanced technology ever conceived.
Important continuity note. This game, in the grand scheme of things, because of where this point of storytelling is now, it's not a reboot, but it's a different universe, where 1 and 2 have not happened. So this is a totally parallel Earth, totally different UAC, just treat it as its own thing.
See that Counselor Swan is sent directly to me.
Yes, sir.
Tower, Dark Star on final.
Dark Star, good solid sci-fi reference.
We've got you, Dark Star. You are set for lockdown. Welcome back.
This is also a standout in the series for being the only Doom game that we get to see a pre-invasion anything. We actually get to see the moment of touchdown.
Left you no choice.
True, but this is the last time. I'm tired of running damage control every time he makes a mess.
Right. You're the control. And if that fails, I'm the damage.
If that's what it takes, the Kruger is gonna start doing things our way.
Whatever you say, Counselor.
So here we are, fresh-faced, innocent transfer. Because more security was requested.
Welcome to Mars. All new arrivals need to check in at reception.
Welcome to Mars City, Union Aerospace's premier research facility. To expedite your processing, please proceed directly to reception.
I'm getting off this rock. And you should too. If you're staying here, watch your back.
That's not foreboding at all.
You should be careful. It's not safe here. Trust no one.
Okay, buddy. We've clearly gone to an excellent place of work.
Welcome to Mars, Marine. I'm gonna need you to step on one of those red squares on the floor for a bioscan. This'll only take a second.
Hey, Toyo, welcome.
Okay,
Always
let
good
me
to see
get
you.
this started.
Please show us the monitor the receptionist is at. Oh, yes, absolutely.
You're gonna need to hold still. Moving around only makes the test take longer.
It doesn't actually make the test any longer, but it's fun to imagine. The immersion is neat. Also, I fucking love this aesthetic.
On behalf of the UAC,
Puppy's taking a rest.
this facility serves as the central hub for all scientific research,
Attention,
archaeological
Director
study,
Banks.
and
Please report to Central Administration.
Goal number 1.
Welcome to Mars. First time? You can just leave your bag there. I'll have it sent up your quarters. Okay, there's a few things we need to take care of first. This is your personal data assistant. You'll need this to access all secure areas. If you get clearance for any security zones, it'll download directly. It's important, so don't lose it. I see here that Sergeant Kelly has requested your immediate attention. Head directly to Marine Command. It's just that way. Follow the signs.
Ah, the PDA. A very frequent point of contention in this polarizing entry in the series. The start has so many good bits of foreshadowing. Absolutely correct. There's a lot of really good foreshadowing. If you just take your time and drink it all in. We don't need to see any of the email yet, but I enjoy it. Video disc, full of information. Now, how did we zoom in? Trying to get a good angle with which to read. I don't think there's a very...
You better move along. It looks like you've got some important things to do. The last
No, there's
Marine
no
that kept
iron
the
sights in
sergeant
this.
waiting was permanently assigned to guard duty at the solid waste facility.
I like how the text is still
Better
typing,
move.
even though he's not actually typing. Basically, we're just trying to see that he's filing his report, and then he's visibly typing. And this guy keeps looking over my shoulder, and he won't leave. You know, office petty.
Mars City is a smoke-free facility.
We are looking for a missing scientist. We need your help to ensure he is found quickly and safely. Please report any information to your appointed HR manager. Yes, you can get email. Sometimes demonic emails, and I'm not kidding. No, we don't need to go through the orientation. I just want the video disc checked off my thing. Alright.
Haven't seen you before. You must be with that new detachment coming to check on us.
Yes, coming to check on you. That's what I'm doing.
Is there some type of problem? I'm just trying to get my work done here.
Human resources hits different in this game. Hey, this UAC still wasn't evil. It just had one piece of crap.
I'm here because there seems to be
Speaking
some
of...
serious problems.
Oh, really? Do I need to remind you of the groundbreaking work that we're doing here?
No. But I've been authorized by the board to look at everything.
The board authorized you? The board doesn't know the first thing about science. All they want is something to make them more money, some product. Don't worry, they'll get their product.
After how many accidents? Tell me, Dr. Petruger, why are so many workers spooked, complaining, requesting transfers off Mars?
They simply can't handle life here. They're exhausted and overworked. If I had a larger, more competent staff and bigger budget, even these few accidents could have been avoided.
I'm afraid you'll get nothing more until my report is filed with the board. I will need full access, Dr. Petruger. Delta included. I won't have any difficulty
Guard's
doing
like,
it.
the fuck are you
Only
doing?
if you get lost, Swan. Just stay out of my way. Amazing things will happen here soon. You just wait.
I really don't think I'd trust a secretive boss who talks like that. Yeah, I don't think anybody should. But yeah, like this UAC's still good-minded. We're literally the HR team sent to assess, hey, we've been getting a lot of complaints. Also, you need more security? What the fuck is going on up there? They actually have nobly intentioned design technology going in here.
don't think I've seen you before. You must be a replacement for one of the guys we lost. Try not to let this place get in your head. Just stay focused on your job. You'll be back on Earth before you know it.
Some scientists who later figure out what they've been doing at Betruger's behest show a lot of remorse and fear, because they're normal people. However, the UAC in 2016, that's a very different human resource. Oh, right, I can't actually use my aggressive actions yet. Verboten. Gotta get my equipment first.
IPN News Network, your universe now. The Union Aerospace Corporation denied allegations today of several reports showing a growing military presence on Mars. A spokesperson stated that increased activity is simply a tactical deployment to outlying planetary sectors.
Yeah, nothing's wrong. We don't need more military up here urgently for any particular reason.
Resulting in the destruction of hundreds of biomech labor units.
Love the subtle Baphomet reference, Billy Goat Burger.
Station Amman is reporting
Why haven't we seen Billy Goat Burger come back?
in what appears to be an ore canopy failure during routine operations.
And Thirsty Burst, Robocola. We do get a Super Turbo Turkey Puncher game in 2016, though.
You hear about Corporal Allen? Yeah, they said he just lost it. Shipped home this week.
We lose one, gain another.
No shit. I wonder who they're gonna move to Bravo team now.
Who knows? I just hope they don't take anyone from my squad. I hate pulling double shifts.
I hear ya.
Just casual people.
Another newbie. Welcome to the worst assignment you'll ever have. Come back for a drink when you get some free time.
Hello, Bloom 0057. Yeah. Super Turbo Turkey Puncher. Toil knows what's up, and there it is.
Super Turbo Turkey Puncher 3.
Nabcon. Obviously designed after Street Fighter Alpha 3, which was, according to all accounts, a tremendous time suck at id offices. Best arcade game ever. I love that it has like 8 buttons even though there's only one action. It's just so great. I love that they have one of these cabinets in 2016. It shows that Super Turbo Turkey Puncher is in all dimensions and all realities. That dimension nonsense is why I decided to do the follow-up episode to Doom 64 after Doom 3. Because, as we will find, even the modern games are just a continuation of classic Doom Guy. So, that Doom 64 chapter will be a segue to get, back to classic Doom Guy, and it bridges the gap between 64 and, well, what will be the Dark Ages, but, it would have come between, the end of classic Doom and the 2016. The story will fill in more. I promise I will try to make it make sense along the way. Perfection can't be contained to one dimension. Did they send me that score email? Oh no, it's just maintenance update. Oh yeah, right, because I'll listen to you when I'm in front of the thing. No, I want to get told by HR I spend too much time punching turkeys. I think it's like 10,000 or something like that, maybe even 12. A dream we share. Gotta get that combo energy up. Almost there. At least I think. Also love the classic Doom guy face up in the corner of the game. It's just so great. In case it's not already immediately evident, I love this game. Just so everyone's clear about where I fall on the divisiveness of this game. Oh, really? It's not 10,000. Must be 12. What makes it divisive largely is its pacing. Like, there's never a point in any other Doom game where anything is quite as slow as this. But I think that lends itself to its uniqueness. And then by the end of the game, it's a full-on, Doom game. But, like I said at the start, this is the only Doom game that starts before the invasion touches down. Every other Doom game, the party's already started, so of course we start at full volume. This is a much slower, more deliberate burn. Listen, I would watch a Super Turbo Turkey Puncher stream for 3 hours. You and me both. You and me both. Oh, it's not 12 either. See, now I'm just curious. I've vested this much time, now it's like, well, what am I missing? Trying to make out the names at the bottom. I can see what I think is a Bob. What I think is Chris, but they forgot the S. I see Sue. What could be Bam. God, is it 20,000? It must be. It must be. That seems like a nice, even round number. I also like when you find this cabinet in 2016. The gobble sound is what appears in that sector anytime you reload after you've been, like, near it. Like, for example, when you do the rune trial nearby that cabinet, once you come out of the rune trial, the first thing we hear is a even though the cabinet's like somewhere else in the room. Oh, it's not 20,000. Okay, now I'm just, again, just vested. I've put this much in. How much could it possibly take? Probably 25,000. That's a round arcade number. Because now I can't just leave it ungotten. I haven't been sent it yet, have I? I'd get a notification, wouldn't I? Yeah, that's volunteer services. Okay, yeah. Two. 23. 24. Come on, you gotta be 25. There we go. It is 25. HR coordinator. Congratulations, you set a new high score in Super Turbo Turkey Puncher 3. Your parents can rest easier knowing they've raised another shining example of humanity. Due to the incredible amount of time you've wasted punching poor turkeys, your vacation time has been docked 2 days. Have a nice day. Turkeys punched. Alright, now we can move forward. After I'm done playing with the shutters, because it's neat. Also, it shows off the cool lighting. So that was the big thing about this engine and how it revolutionized lighting. Between this game and Half-Life 2, what a time to be alive. You'll never see that kind of technological leap again. Everything is so iterative, it's hard to appreciate how much of an advancement it can be.
What the hell is happening over there?
Beats me, man. Look, all I do is repair the converters when they blow, okay? That's it.
Fine. But what's overloading them so much? I mean, how much damn power do they need?
I wouldn't ask him if I was you, man. I heard Travis started poking around and he got transferred fast. Didn't even see him leave.
Hell, no one saw him go. Was here 1 minute, gone the next.
Lucky bastard. I'm really trying to get this fixed quickly, so, do you mind? If you can fix this, you can stay and help, but otherwise, get going.
No. I want to be a pest.
Marine Command is right around the corner. Why don't you go bother someone there?
Because I want to bother you.
I'd love to talk, but I'm really busy.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly you're very, very busy.
Attention. Dr. Braddock, please report to Environment Management Office 4
Report to Sergeant Kelly ASAP. He's in Command HQ.
Deactively cast shadows always look really cool. For a game from 2004, it still impresses me how well this holds up. It's okay. It's a totally normal infirmary. It's definitely normal for people to not have their faces. He's fine. This base is fine. Continue doing your work. The lighting is still bar none. Yeah, it's top notch.
I can't be interrupted now. I've got work to finish. Please don't disturb me. Can't you see I'm busy?
Everyone's doctorate here is in minding your own business. I mean, look at this shit happening behind him. He's like, no, man, I gotta do my computer code stuff. I don't got time to think about dudes without faces. What disc was that? Video discs. Ah, the plasma gun briefing.
Representing yet another great accomplishment of the UAC, the Series 3 plasma gun is an extremely versatile medium-range combat weapon. Harnessing the exhaustive resources of synthetic plasma, the plasma gun meets the critical requirement of low-cost, abundant ammunition for today's highly mobile military. Capable of sustained firepower due to the latest advancements in plasma injector technology, this weapon's lightweight and high yield make it desirable for most combat scenarios. Always on the forefront of technology, the UAC is making safer worlds through superior firepower.
I love this fucking game, and I love the PDA. I understand people's issues with it, but it's such a big portal to So much world building.
You have some orders you need to be following. I'm too busy to talk now. Got lots of work here. Sorry.
But I'm not done being a pest.
Don't waste any more time. Go see the Sarge.
Oh, I've just wrapped around. I guess we're done being a pest.
Took a sweet time, Marine.
Hey, Springer.
Here's the
That's
situation.
Neil Ross.
Another member of the science team's gone missing. Since you're the ranking FNG, you get to find him. I want you to check out the old decommissioned comm facility. We heard he might be heading that way.
He's got
Go
better
there,
things to
through the
do
service
tonight than
passage
die.
I programmed this sentry to guide you to the maintenance elevator. Hope you follow the sentry better than you followed orders so far.
Look, the base is interesting, sir. I want to explore.
When you find him, just bring him back. Do not hurt him. Now move out.
Yeah, but that do not hurt thing, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do him a great mercy when I see him.
Attention UAC personnel. Interested in earning more credits? Volunteer at Delta Labs today. See your service branch director for more details.
I just want to play with the puppy. Everyone does. He's a puppy for any range. Constantly looking over his shoulder like, hello? Friend? And then there's a submachine gun for when the demons arrive. All-purpose puppy. Right, now, there was that... Yep, correct. Let's listen for the code.
This is the audio log of maintenance technician Adam Bernache, dated November 10th, 2145. I fixed the couplings on the heat shields this morning with no problems. I did, however, have another odd experience while I was down there. Shortly after finishing the first coupling adjustment, I distinctly heard whispering. When I went to investigate the sounds, I found nothing. I checked the work logs, and I was the only person scheduled to be in that area today. That experience, coupled with the stories I've heard from some guys over at Delta Labs, has me pretty freaked out. I'm really beginning to hate going down to the underground maintenance area. People down there are a bit off, mumbling, weird
Give me the
looks.
cup.
All places, just plain creepy. I'm always expecting someone to jump out at me. I've secured my tools and the busted modulator in the storage cabinet next to the maintenance elevator. Technicians should use cabinet code 396 to access them. End of log.
I can understand the people who don't like that mechanic. Using the PDA to have to listen to codes to... or listen to get to codes. I don't mind it. I appreciate the world building. This is a very believable facility. And you know what? The best part is, you can skip most of it.
Welcome to the dungeon, Marine. Most unexciting place on Mars.
Another bloom.
I'm gonna need you to grab some armor and secure your pistol before I can pass you through security. Okay, grab your gear. Now you're ready for cover. Don't fire that thing in here. You're gonna kill someone.
I know.
Let me do it.
I'm well aware of what I'm doing, sir.
RSEC radio check. Excellent. Good signal.
Dude just yearns for space. Many do. Many do, and I don't blame them. Hell of a thing to explore, but also hell.
What better way to see the Martian surface than to run across it? Okay, you're all set. Oh yeah, keep in mind, civilians are working down here. Don't get excited and shoot any.
I don't know about that. You don't know what's coming. I do.
to the dungeon, brother. Enjoy your stay. You sure are curious, aren't you?
I want your PDA. Now, what did you have in you? No audio logs, any interesting email? Oh. His boss was going to offer him a promotion. Not like he was going to be able to make good on that. So we are going to get invaded soon.
Hey, you're looking for the scientist.
I am.
I'm not sure you want to find him.
Why?
You see, never mind.
No, no, no. You don't get to say that and then walk away.
Don't listen to me. Never mind what I said.
Fine. Have it your way. Morning. Good morning, Brad. Always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Fuck, that still looks so cool.
Listen, Scotty, I've done this a million times. It's not that hard.
Why don't you crawl your fat ass down here and do it yourself?
Because I'm getting paid to make sure you do it. Just, buddy, don't know if I can really help you with anything. I'm kind of busy here.
Won't be around later today, Dan. We're headed to Toronto for the weekend, so don't play Doom Simpsons. That would be cruel irony. Well, if I did, I would at least leave it on the YouTube channel, so you're always able to come back for it. Realistic co-workers. Yeah, that's the thing.
Boss? Hey, what the hell's going on up there?
I'm sparing him demonic possession. Which is exactly correct, but imagine explaining that to that guy. Five, 3, 1. Perfect. Don't even have to listen to a log for that one. 5, 3, 1. I remember when my buddy's dad built him a PC so that he could run this game and Far Cry 1. So epic. Yeah, actually, this game and Far Cry 1 is what gave me such a sour experience on PC gaming for so long. I later understood that that was my fault because I bought an off-brand completed Radio Shack something. It was an iNext or something. It was a store-brand alleged gaming PC. And I bought it for Doom 3, and it came with Far Cry 1. But it ran like shit. Like, just like shit. I had to run it at low settings, and for a long time I never knew what this game looked like on high settings. And then I got the Xbox versions, and they looked better. There was something really wrong about that to me. And the idea that I could start playing like Far Cry 1 on the Xbox, and I was like, oh my god, this game has grass? And that's after playing the PC version, which, you know, was pretty, but it was failing. That's true, there's always the recording. That's right, the archives are growingly rich day by day. Oh, I remember this story, yeah. Turned you off of PC gaming for a while, I don't even blame you. Yeah, like, you know, the thing I explicitly bought for a purpose absolutely didn't serve that purpose, and it was fucking expensive. I was like, you know what? You know what my Xbox did? It just worked. I put Doom 3 in, and it worked. No bullshit.
Do you make a habit of sneaking up on people? Everyone's already on edge down here with all the strange things that have been going on.
How strange is that for you, buddy? Of course, now we live in an age so wonderful that I'm playing this off of a fucking handheld in my Steam Deck. Though, honestly, the vanilla game runs just fine on most mobile phones. It's an absolute feat of optimization. But nobody can code like John Carmack.
Hey, you're that new guy headed for the old comm center, right? You'd better hustle up, pal. This passage doesn't go all the way there. You'll have a quick walk outside to the center's airlock. Hey, don't sweat it. Your suit's got plenty of oxygen.
It's funny when I think about it in, you know, historical to me context, that my experience of PC Doom 3 was what turned me against PC. And then the experience that really brought me back to PC was Doom 2016, the tower I had built for that. I mean, I've been playing games on it before that, because the one game that really put me on it was Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, and the difference between that and my PS3 version. But, you know, once I got 2016, it's well known how quickly and totally that took over my life. Went much differently than my last experience. But just because it ran like shit, that didn't stop me from playing it. Just had to turn everything down to basically nothing.
Marine, this is Sergeant Kelly. You need to double time it down there. Search your assigned area and haul your ass back to Mars City. Out.
Calm your shit, Springer. Dang, I hope you play Blood Dragon. Yeah, I'd love to play Blood Dragon for the stream. But, gotta clear these Doom games first.
Let me get this communication out. They have to be warned while there is still time. I can't let... You don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend.
Try me.
The devil is real. I know. I built his cage.
I'm getting abnormal readings here. This is bad. God! I can't hold these levels.
Now the party's starting. Now, buddy, I gotta do this to you. Because you see, here's the mercy part. Now that everything's getting possessed, it was either 1 bullet now or 7 bullets post-possession. I did him a mercy, and I saved ammunition. Everybody wins. You're who I was waiting for.
All units, this is Sergeant Kelly. We're under attack by an unknown enemy force. Fall back to Marine HQ to regroup.
Peace the fuck out, guy. Oh, hey, Pornbot.
I say again, fall back to Marine HQ and await further orders.
Regular, as always. Yeah, he only took 4. But for some reason, that zombie that we were just... That guy who would have been a zombie, had I let him become one, is just a little bit extra tough. And I think that's to keep your attention focused long enough that the other zombie has a chance to open the door and then flank you. Keep you on edge. Come on, I want my shotgun.
Squad leaders give sit rep. Over.
Still looks good. It still looks good. I am immune to possession. Ragdolls are so good in this game. That's what makes the cacodemon so delightful. If you manage to get close enough to bop one of those beach balls with a flashlight, it's just so satisfying. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's just melee zombies. You want to fight? Oh. Bonk. Another man without a face. See? They're fine. They can keep walking. That worker was definitely fine in this very regular place to work. I want nothing to do with that. Pretty sure there's a shotgun down here that I want, though. Let's make sure of that. Oh, no, it's just armor shards. I'm thinking, okay, right. See, the original Xbox port of this game rearranged a bunch of stuff. And there is where the shotgun is. And an ambush that is moved... Well, it's not moved to a different place on PC. It was moved to a different place on the Xbox. But, you know, there's differences between the two versions, is the long and short of this. God. Most of those shots hit. He was just a particularly determined fella. Jeez, he wanted to live. Come on, I hear the imp. Where is he? You gonna teach me anything good, Mr. Delahue? 15, safety, security, no codes. Okay, so you're just for security clearance. I did help you. You have no idea how much I helped you. You were either gonna get eaten or crack your skull open, or I could have taken that one shot. I made it instant and painless. You're welcome. Right, I can actually fall in there and die. I should start, like, saving my game and stuff. Last manual save, October 30th, 4:06 a.m. Yep, that's about as me as it gets. I normally play this game every October, without fail. It's not October until some version of this has been played. Could be vanilla, could be modded, could be BFG edition, though it's usually not. Could be the Xbox version. But Doom 3 has to be played. And Resident Evil 2. And the same rules apply. I could play the PS1, could play the DualShock, could play N64, could play the remake. October's not October without Doom 3 and Resident Evil 2. There's nothing more to pick up? I thought there were... Ah! There we go. I knew there was something down here. As we can see, this is the version I elected to play last October. Yeah, those are just going to be a problem for when Mr. Shotgunner comes down. I was going to say, do I hear those footsteps or don't I? there was a bit more ammo down here. I mean, either way, a box of shells. Absolutely essential for survival. Oh, no, you don't. My last playthrough of this game was on Nightmare, so this is just a little bit different. Much easier. I mean, I know I only kicked the difficulty down one step, but, you know, Nightmare is Nightmare for a reason. But Nightmare mode on this also gives you immediate access to an endgame artifact, and I didn't want to spoil that. Right, I need to deactivate that. Failure code. Where am I going to find a failure code? What hatch just unlocked? Oh, I see a person. Imagine some viewers are like, how do you see shit? I know this base. I know it very well. Except where I'll find that goddamn code! Okay, seriously, what hatch opened? It was nearby, I just heard it. Maybe it's on the lower level. In fact, I'm almost convinced it is now. Because I heard it nearby. Alright, let's go down there, but let's not just jump. I'm pretty sure that's enough to start getting height damage. Maybe I should have just jumped. This is inconvenient. Let's see. I don't see anything open down here either. Okay, well, I guess I'm just full of shit. Did we have... No, that's a Delta Lab thing. You wouldn't have a failure code on you. Nobody over here. $289. Maybe that's it. Was that the number? 289. Yeah, okay. So it's just not the code. Maintenance hatch access available. But where is the maintenance hatch? Oh, is that it? Nope, it's not. And hey, look at that. No height damage. I'm totally full of it. Dan, canonically, is this the same? Is it the same Doom guy in every game? Yes, with the exception of the Doom 3 games. Like, is this the same Doom guy whose bunny was killed? No, this is a different Doom guy in Doom 3 and in Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. They're in parallel universes, but it is the same Doom guy for 1, 2, 64, Dark Ages, 2016, and Eternal. So, you know, Doom 3's an outlier. Yeah, I'm not sure what opened. And you know what? I think I've wasted enough time trying to figure that out. Peace out, maintenance hatch. Unless you're in that darkness? No? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it gets kind of convoluted, but don't worry. I'll be able to spin it down in a way that makes sense. This one always threw me off because it, like, reset the origin. Yeah, that's fair. Damn, he hurt. Good thing there's a fucking health station back here. I think there's another one just a bit further back, and I'd really like to hit it up. Oh, I think there's somebody at my door. 1 second, everybody. I'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Funniest thing is, there's old interviews that id staff are describing this game, and it's like, they say, it's not a reboot, but it takes place as though 1 and 2 didn't happen. And you're like, did you make these videos playing the game and recording yourself, or are these random public play thoughts? I assume it's you since you have Shujinko punching everyone. Yes, everything you see in my break footage is me recording myself. And also a way of me going, you know, this is kind of a broad feeling of what we're going to play on the channel, or these are games I'm specifically targeting to play at some point. I do need to make another one of those. Just sit down and spend a day getting a bunch of new footage. That's one way to say it. It's not a reboot, but 1 and 2 didn't happen, right? Like, it was just like, okay, sure. You know what? I love this series so much, I don't even care. We'll just let this go, because I love the experience I'm having. No! But this Doom game had a lot of influence on the rest of the Doom games. Like the plasma rifle in 2016 is basically exactly from this one. Also, this game gave us what the Hell Knights look like now. They were redesigned for this game, and they've pretty much stuck with it ever since. Rip. Sorry, bud, I couldn't kill you mercifully.
We don't know what we're up against. Repeat, we have negative ID on the assailing force. And mean SOBs. You don't have a clear path back to HQ. Stock up on ammo, establish a stronghold, and keep them at bay.
Excuse me. It's also worth noting that pretty much all that footage was captured from Steam Deck. So for the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black footage, that would be why settings aren't turned up. When I play that game for the channel, I'm going to be using something a little bit beefier than my deck to make that game look gorgeous. Just the same way I did for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster at the very start of this channel. Good. Now he's up in the ceiling. That's what everybody likes. Would you... I don't know. Oh, wait. No, I gotta open that first? Entrance lockers. Excellent. More free ammo for me. Also a free gun. We also see this game referenced a lot throughout 2016 for design, and also the that end game artifact I'd mentioned that's sitting on somebody's desk much later in the game. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. We'll get there when we get there. Fuck are you? Oh, Jesus, you were like right beside me and missing. Kind of like how I was pointing right at you and missing.
Hey, you. Up here. Quickly.
Hello, another Steve Bloom. You're all over this game.
One's still alive. I can't believe I found you. Something happened. I don't know what. It was like a shockwave. It passed through the entire base. People started changing. It was crazy.
Also, Brad, this one's relative disconnectedness. And I mean relative, because it is still part of the greater overall Doom universe. But that's the reason I'm doing the Doom 64, the Lost Mission, after these ones, to get us back into Doom Guy proper before moving on to 2016 and Eternal. because also that episode functions as a sort of bridge between Doom 64 and Doom 2016, laying out the path of things to come. Of course, now that's going to be amended to be leading into the Dark Ages, but either way. Either way. Still works. No retcon needs to be made. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the single-screen text blocks that classic Doom games do. So nice to actually have health for these encounters. Because remember how I was saying the last time I played this was on Nightmare. One of the defining characteristics about Nightmare in this game is that your health is constantly counting down. And once you hit 25%, it stops counting down on its own. But then, like, maybe you pick up some med kits or you heal at a health station. And then that health just starts blinking down. Every couple seconds you lose 5%. And it just keeps bleeding you out and keeping you at 25%. Meaning most of the time, one hit, it's over. Ah, that's a cool bridge. I agree. I agree. Especially since, you know, that's literally the where it sits in the continuity, so that's a great way to cement it.
I'm running blind. What are my orders? Over.
That's actually John Carmack who's doing that voice.
This is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp, son. Move to your last known RP and fortify your position. We'll find you.
Forever immortalized. Not that his legacy already didn't make him immortal. Ow. Get him! That was my favorite part about Doom Eternal's release cycle, is the hype building up, bringing Doom 64 back from the dead, and then doubling down on Doom 64's ending and its place in Doom's continuity. It's like, oh man, this shit is Christmas. I knew I was right to be loving that game the whole time. The odd man out. Remember back in the day, it was like, if you weren't playing GoldenEye, that was it. You're playing Doom? That's stupid. That's not actually 3D. Well, no, but it's still great. I didn't give a fuck. Ow! I just cared that it was more Doom, and Doom had never, ever looked better. You have any codes for me? Justifying chainsaws on Mars. Those morons at Mixom have done it again. I've requisitioned a crate of jackhammers. What we got were several crates of chainsaws and no jackhammers at all. What the hell were they thinking? Chainsaws serve no purpose on Mars. I'm sending these back as soon as I get the time. Meanwhile, I'd appreciate it if you could lodge another complaint with Mixom and expedite my jackhammers when they do arrive. Ah. Basically, how the bridge ends up working out is it explains how he ends up crossing into the other, at least the other dimensions. and then ending up where we find him in the start of 2016. There's a lot of middle. I'm kind of generalizing without trying to give away too much. Where the fuck? Oh, right. Lost all sense of direction because I'm sitting here yammering. Ah! The simplest way to explain, without giving away anything major, is that... Oh no, when was the last time I saved? Maybe... Oh, I haven't in this section, so if I restart, it will be... Yeah. Okay, that's not ideal, but not bad. Do I get a thumbnail on my last hard save? No, that's in Mars City. I already know. I don't need to check that. Oops. Well, that's my lesson in being more mindful. But yeah, the thing that ties everything together is that hell is... Basically, there's many dimensions, many Earths. There is one hell, and all dimensions are linked to it. Hell itself,
I was the only one still alive.
Becoming a living kind of thing that absorbs dimensions. Like, you know, the hell wants to absorb every dimension it possibly can, which is why it's so vast, expansive. It's infinite. Infinite damnation and infinite combinations, as I call it. Oh, that's cool lore. Yeah. Yeah, the thing that it doubles down from on 64 and what is largely going to be the Dark Ages is his choosing to remain in hell and just kick ass forever to stop them from ever invading again. He's obviously not successful in that goal, but, you know, a lot of story beats happen between the end of that expansion N64 episode and 2016, but you know, that's why the Dark Ages is coming out, to explain it in full. Ha, another Idic. Yeah. Oh, come on. I was able to hit him so much cleaner last time. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me later. I love picking up this item. It makes the classic Doom 1 and 2 sound of pickup. Beep beep. So cool. And of course it's a blue key that does that.
They're all dead. I'm running blind. What are my orders? Over.
Specialist Wilson, this is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp, son. Look your ass down.
Oh, crap.
We'll find you.
Can't marvel it kills too long. How about you all bottleneck yourselves here? That way I don't leave myself open for a whooping. I hear you stumbling. You're not supposed to be behind me. Hey, Farrell, what's going up, buddy? Did you hear the Doom news from Limited Run Games to... Excuse me? They did something to... Did they finally list the Super Nintendo Wii release for sale, or did they say something about a physical version of the Dark Ages? This is completely new to me. I had no idea they'd said anything. Alright, hold on. I got... Limited Run Doom. Doom, the Classics Collection. I've already got that. I don't... Everything that's coming up for me is old news. It's showing me sets I already have. Teases of the Super Nintendo thing, but those articles are old. Doom 1+2. Didn't they already do... Oh! Oh, what they must be doing is doing another re-release, but with the Night Dive versions, because the Doom Classic Complete Classic comes with the Nerve Software developed versions, the older ones that are no longer supported or exist. They've been delisted. You know, you can still re-download them if you want. They have a Will It Run edition that comes with a box that plays Doom. Oh my god. Oh, I've got to be looking at that at my lunch break. That sounds so fucking cool. They always come up with the coolest junk. Crap! Oh, did I forget to save again? Oh my god, Dan, stop forgetting shit!
All remaining units, this is Sergeant Kelly. I am unable to reach
Oh,
Mars City from my current...
just sent you a link on Discord. Oh, perfect. Let's have a look-see. Oh, son of a bitch! What? That is so cool with the fucking door texture. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no way that this single... Okay, this seems to be a combo deal. I was gonna say, there's no way this one set, if I wanted to get this for the Switch, costs $600 fucking dollars. I mean, I love Doom, and I know tariffs are fucked, but excuse me? Doom and Doom 2 is region free. Yep, that's exactly it. This is... Oh, no. Box that plays Doom. Cassette tape, soundtrack, trading cards, floating cacodemon. What? Handheld cacodemon that plays Doom? Oh, you awful, awful people. Includes Sigil 1 and 2. Ah. Well, I guess I'm fucking buying Doom again. Oh my god. Pre-orders close on May 18th. Okay. Fuck. I guess my only question is, which platform do I double dip on? Because I've already got this on everything I own. Oh my god, that is just the best news. There are 3 different bundles. Yup. I was just looking at the master one that cost $600, but it included every version of the game. I imagine it's probably closer to what I paid for either Doom. Well, hold on. Yep. I imagine it cost the same as what I paid for my Eternal Deluxe on Switch. My Classic Complete is not within arm's reach, but, you know, I do have it. Of course I do. It's Doom.
Hey, you. Up here. Quickly.
Every time I keep thinking I'm done buying shit from Limited Run, they fucking do something like this. It's always Doom. Except the one time it was Shredder's Revenge. But they put a Shredder action figure in it, so... Had to. That was a figure I'd wanted since I was a kid. Never just got. That must mean there's going to be an update coming to Doom 1 and 2, because Sigil 2 is currently accessed on that version via the featured mods section, and to include it the way that they're proposing on their page is it would have to be part of the main menu, which Sigil 1 is. And they apparently wanted to get Sigil 2 in there, but there just wasn't time before it had to ship. So there's probably going to be an update that integrates that into the main menu, which is good. Sigil was so fucking good. So good, like every goddamn Doom thing, I bought it a couple of times.
This is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp.
Or I should say played. Well, no, I did buy it, I suppose. If I paid for Doom 1 and 2, that definitely kicked him a couple of bucks. But, oh, wait, that's right. Things that are in arm's reach and relevant to the discussion. There's... Hold on. I get to try out something I set up earlier. Haha! Brief expansion. So there's the first limited run Classic Complete. I got the deluxe version with all the other cool shit, but that box isn't within arm's reach at present. But what I wanted to bring up is I loved Sigil enough to get them physically. And, you know, get them signed by the man himself. And I would happily do it again because of my love of Doom. Now, if I just be mindful of the zombies, we probably won't get our ass kicked this time. Some of those shots are punching right through on the yellow, so hope that audio isn't being too harsh on anybody. Setting the audio levels for this game is a genuine challenge. Classic Complete, the previous limited run bundle that I just showed, that one also came with Doom 3. I see this one is only Doom, well, it's not like you're being shortchanged or anything because of all the extra content that they're going to be putting in that, because it is a significantly more comprehensive release than the Nerve releases. Can't believe how many times I'm going to be convinced to buy Classic Doom. Not that I need much convincing. It's funny, like other favorite games of all time, for example, the original Legend of Zelda. I've reached a point of that where I'm just like, how many fucking times are you going to ask me to buy this, Nintendo? But, you know, every time Doom comes out in a new edition, I'm, like, already throwing my money at the screen. Right. This is where we keep fucking dying. The reason the movement is so fidgety when I'm on the menus is because I'm using a controller on the vanilla version of this game, which has no such controller support. I've forced it in. But thankfully, all my time of playing this on the Xbox prepared me for the experience. What is still new? Undocumented cargo. Right, and you had no security codes. Yeah, Zelda 1 and 2 I owned too many times. There's always, like, too many versions in arm's reach. Like, just now, I can see 2. And that's my Game Boy Advance, like, actual cartridge version from the NES series re-release. And the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch, which, you know, I gotta have that. Dedicated Zelda 1, 2, and Link's Awakening machine? Come on. Now, you're gonna give me a code, but it's through an audio attack. I think it's the patient attack log.
Dr. Marcasian, at 1547, patient Jonathan Wills was admitted after complaining of insomnia and nausea. According to the nurse, Mr. Wills was calm and exhibited no signs of disorder when he was brought to exam room 5. However, by the time I reached him at 10 after 4, his personality had changed dramatically. When I entered the room, Mr. Wills lunged at me with a scalpel he apparently stole from a supply drawer. With the assistance of an orderly, we managed to subdue and sedate him without injury. Mr. Wills was heavily medicated and could not be diagnosed, but in the 20 minutes he was left unattended, he managed to carve 3 symbols in his arm and cut his own tongue into 2 halves.
Oh, I see they got a bunch of shit coming out.
I only guess at the cause of his problems. I hope that additional psychiatrists arrive soon. In the meantime, in response to this assault, all medical supplies and armaments will be locked in a secure hospital cabinet.
Wait a minute. No, that can't be right.
47.
Big box edition, $99. Yeah, I totally missed the fucking code. Whatever, I have full health. Big box, $99, that tracks. Is that other Supreme version really $700? That cannot be right. Doom and Doom 2 Neo S controller. Don't know what that is, but I should probably have it because it's shaped like a red keycard. $174, yeah. That's what I would anticipate one of these costs. Okay. I'm sure the listing is just incomplete, and we will know more April 18th, so next week. I have to assume that they're just listing the one that has, like, if you're buying it for every single console. That's what I'm choosing to assume. My latest pickup of Zelda 1 and 2 was a Grail Need. Oh, what was it? Listen to this dude this time instead of doing something else.
At 1547, patient Jonathan Wills was admitted after complaining of insomnia and nausea.
According to the nurse, Mr. Wills was calm and exhibited no signs of disorder when he was brought to exam room 5. However, by the time I reached him at 10 after 4...
CIB in excellent condition of both. Fucking score!
When I entered the room, Mr. Wills lunged at me with a scalpel he apparently stole from a supply drawer.
For NES or different platforms?
We managed to subdue and sedate him without injury. Mr. Wills was heavily medicated and could not be diagnosed, but in the 20 minutes he was left unattended, he managed to carve 3 symbols in his arm and cut his own tongue into 2 halves.
He was busy.
I can only guess at the cause of his problems. I hope that additional psychiatrists arrive soon. In the meantime, in response to this assault, all medical supplies and armaments will be locked in a secure hospital cabinet with the code 347.
347. For the NES. Excellent. I presume also gold carts. I think the last genuine hardware version of that I got... I just need to reach into my Famicom, because that is currently hooked up. It's not complete, but having it on Famicom is just so damn fun. Almost as good as having it. One of my favorite versions, just for like the form factor. I know the resolution isn't quite right, but yep, had to be gold. Gotta go for the gold, baby. But the Zelda one on the classic NES series for GBA, playing that on the NES GBA, it's just so satisfying with that NES look and that NES game. And of course, since I've put myself one of the screens from the AGS 101 in there, it just looks fantastic too. It's one of my favorite ways to replay that game. Oh, you're talking to me.
I can monitor status reports of the entire base from Delta Central Authority and communicate with other Marine teams. It's your mission to link up with Bravo Team and get that transmission sent.
Yeah, the Famicom card is nice. I love Famicom cards. They're so colorful and interesting on the shelf. And they're just so... I love the smaller form factor, and they're very satisfying to just chunk on the top of the console. Like, they were really onto something with that design. Of course, we know that because look at the Super Nintendo. No matter what region you're in. The green cartridge is just such a good move. I imported Zelda GBA version from Japan. Oh! Is there any particular difference? Crap, I don't remember that code. Do I? Am I carrying that? Patient attack. Maybe Mark Stanton? Something Mars City Kitchen. Somebody signing off. I don't think it's Frank Delahue. 8:15. That's a timestamp. I don't think that's a code. Why not try it? No, didn't think so. I really rather want what's in there, though. The code can't be that far up behind. Probably a panel. Get out of my way. Go decompose somewhere else. Something I'm missing. I will find it. Damn! That's some hard whiffs and high penalties. Thank you, medical cabinets. And tiny bit from the health station I haven't drained yet. It's the Japanese version. Comes in a much nicer box. Oh, those. I remember the packaging for those and being super jealous that ours weren't nearly so cool. It was just, you know, some generic, you know, you got your Game Boy spine art, but then it was just a black thing and a logo. It was like, well, okay, I get that you're impersonating the black box, and that's great for games like Balloon Fight and Super Mario Brothers, but what about games like Castlevania, which were not black box? Or The Legend of Zelda? Bill Tyson had the code. That's right. Now the real question, does that version use the Famicom Disk System soundtrack or the cartridge soundtrack? Or the North American cartridge soundtrack, I should say, because there's still some differences in the audio on the Famicom. Not as many, though. Security code change. 584. Bingo. Disk system. Oh, that is badass. I'm generally not a fan of most NOA decisions. You and me both. You and me both. Was that not 581? 584. Ah. That would prompt me to get it again. Just for the GBA. I fucking love my GBA so much. It still remains in service. Even though I've got a Steam Deck. And I can fairly say the same about my PSP. Which I may not have much for. But what I do have is worth the price of admission alone. I remember first getting my PSP at the time for the sole purpose of getting an affordable Valkyrie profile. Because to buy that on the PS1 at the time, it was cheaper to buy a PSP and its version of the game by a wide margin than it was to just get it for my PS1. Because collector markets are insane. That's never not been true. That and Castlevania ended up being probably my two most played. No, wait, nope. Star Wars Battlefront. Portable Star Wars Battlefront just fucking pushed me over the edge.
Crossing operational sentry bots, use them. Those guys pack a lot of firepower.
I was gonna say, I hear footsteps. Footsteps are never good. Saving is a widely encouraged practice, which I don't do enough of, and I pay for it so frequently.
The UAC is here to help you. Some of your services are free and confidential.
No. We're just having a normal bathroom time. Where's that fat dude? A different bathroom? Is that? No, that's an arm. that's much different there. There's the giant grumper someone busted. Just all around terror in the toilets. Half-loaded magazine clip. Who walks around like that? Ow! Get him! Thank you, helpful robo-puppy. Isn't there armor shards under here? Oh, no, there are in the Xbox version. That's right, that's right. Memories blurring together. Actually, you can take care of those, can't you? Yes, you can. Save me the ammo and the engagement. Ooh, good. Health and ammo. It's okay, bud. I'm right behind you.
Sending that transmission is critical to our survival.
Seems that was a waste of a shell. You were way ahead of me. I want in there, though. There's stuff. Fucking imps chucking barrels at me. You're not Donkey Kong. Mr. Robot Dude? Good shot. Good job, little buddy. You've earned a rest. You parked kind of crooked, but nobody blames you. You took a couple of good hits there. That's the PDA that gives me access to that. At least I'm pretty sure. Fuck. It's never consistent what's going to give me height damage and what isn't. Dump. Oh, we're already full of armor. That's not common. Alright, well, do you have any interesting codes for me? Email, blah, 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 blah. We understand the pressure of lifting armor requested on your desk. Oh, okay. So that was just giving us a story reason for that armor vest. What's up? Hey, Doom guy, what's up, buddy? Doom 3 is what's up.
I don't think you understand, Dr. Petruga.
No, I understand everything.
I'm telling you now, Doctor, the UAC is taking over this operation.
Operation? Is that what you're calling it?
The situation is out of control.
It's not out of control, Swan. You are. I'll manage this, and you and your flunky will be taking control of nothing. Do you understand?
Yes, Petruga. I think I do understand.
Okay, plan B.
At least he had the good sense to bring a BFG with him. Oh, hello. Did I disturb you from your nap? Love the lighting in this game. I just love this game. Your other flunky buddy took you out. Almost ended up in a spot of trouble there. Shouldn't there have been an imp here? Maybe I already activated him. Or maybe I'm full of shit. I thought that door was locked. I must be thinking of the Xbox version again. Or maybe now that imp appears, that I've got the PDA. Nope, that's not the right one. What do we got? No audio logs. Armaments in the cabinet, 586. I will definitely take all of that. Grenades are very, very useful. Just take a little bit from you. Because I'm sure I'll need it when I come back through here. What, you're not going to come through the glass at me? You broke it. Oh no. Another motherfucker thinks he's Donkey Kong. I do not trust barrels that are moving idly. Okay, good, you stopped. But you know what? I still don't trust you. Barrels left unexploded are almost universally a problem for me in the end in this game.
Don't stop, buddy. There's nothing you can do for me. They're all gone. Surprised us. They just came out of nowhere. There's still a few squads operating, but they're all cut off from each other. Try to find them.
You're having a bad day, friend. There. I ended your suffering before you choked to death on your own blood. Yeah, there's the imp. I was right. I was just getting ahead of myself. Not really the best tool for them. Oh, come on. Love the forceful impact when it nails them in the face. No, you don't. I know this, Ambush. You ain't pulling that shit on me. Okay, I thought he was a shotgunner, and I was like, what in God's name am I getting that close to a shotgunner for? You don't want to open? You're not a monster closet? Are you sure? Why do I remember you being one? It's probably the Xbox version coming through again. Probably. You watch, I'll actually go back and replay that version and be totally full of shit. There are a lot of differences, though. Right, I gotta let my fucking stamina recharge. He's fine. What a strange office. Just one giant wall of glass. Because I want to be observed all the time. Hungry, hungry pinky. They are fucking big here. I suppose they're still appropriately sized. They just feel bigger when you see them in proper 3D. You can't fit, dude. Just as vulnerable to the shotgun, thankfully. Still a reliable workhorse. Though apparently that's another one of the more polarizing aspects of this game. I obviously fall on the pro shotgun in this game camp. And I think if you're having issues with it, you're not using it correctly. That's all I can imagine. Point, get at close range, destroy. Free stuff. Storage cabinet. Where would you like us to send it? Deliver to your office by the end of the week. But where's the code? MartianBuddy.com doesn't exist anymore. Back in the day, they actually had that as a functioning website, and that's how you got the code. Didn't you have something about Martian Buddy? Yeah. Okay, but no, that's just a spam ad. You know what? I can't imagine needing what's in here that badly. This fucking crab walk dead guy.
Marine, Bravo team reports there's some sort of unidentified growth taking over parts of the base. I don't know what it is, but it can't be good. Stay sharp.
It's a growth from hell. It's not supposed to be good. You know what's crazy? I love Doom and have never played Doom 3. Are you serious? I think you're missing out. I'm missing out on saving my game since I see my health is nice and low. It's certainly a bit of a different flavor at first. As I was describing at the start of the stream, this game is a much, much slower burn than a classic Doom game. If by virtue of being the only Doom game that you get to run around the facility before the invasion and see the invasion actually happen. But I've heard a lot of things from a lot of criticisms. And, you know, some of them I get, some of them I don't. Like, I was mentioning the shotgun. There's a lot of debate over whether or not it's a good shotgun or a good Doom shotgun, and obviously, I just explained I feel just fine about it. I've heard... What was one of my favorite ones? I've heard it described as, this is a good game, but it's not a good Doom game. I disagree. There's just a lot more world building than most Doom games. But for me, all the elements of Doom are here. Congested demon combat, shotguns, we're on Mars, the UAC's here. Pretty much the whole gang of demons is here. I stay with classic Doom. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. Everyone's got a way to play. How do you feel about the modern games, 2016 and Eternal, since they are closer to classic than this flavor? It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal things on a UAC base. we're going to want the shotgun. Yeah, we're going to be getting ambushed, so I should save again. Gee. I love them. Good, good. Glad to hear it. Because we're going to be getting to those soon. As I was also saying earlier in the stream, I realized that we're already like halfway through the month, and here I am trying to get through all the Doom games for the channel before the Dark Ages drops. These games aren't getting any smaller, so I'm just going all in on Doom on this channel until the games are done. Ending with Eternal, of course. Then we can free up for other things, like the Dark Ages, or maybe Heretic or Hexen. GoldenEye. Or Blood Dragon. Somebody was mentioning they wanted to see me play that earlier. That could be. We'll just have to clear the Doom games and figure out. What is that? Oh, it's just you. Missing person, website. You don't have any codes for me. Do you have any game logs? Oh, you do? Alright, let's talk about missing personnel. Is this the same protagonist in all Doom games? Good question, Totem, because the answer is mostly yes, but in this case, no. In the Doom 3 games, and I mean games because that has, we have obviously our base game, and our follow-up, Resurrection of Evil, those are both totally different Marines, and they themselves are different than our regular Doom protagonist, which is the same guy for 1, 2, 64, Dark Ages, 2016, and Eternal. So basically, every game that's not a Doom 3 game is the same guy, but since we're playing Doom 3, it's not the same guy.
Cases of schizophrenia, other psychological disorders. I hope there is no connection between those cases and these reports of missing personnel.
As we'll discover once we get to Eternal, that it kind of goes like multiverse, basically. Like, this Earth and UAC is different than the classic Earth and UAC, and the 2016 Earth and UAC are different from all of those. And the shorthand answer is, how does any of that make sense? Is that you have all your dimensions, right? But you have one hell. And that one hell is what every existing realm is linked to. Hell itself being a living entity which keeps absorbing realms and becoming bigger, weirder, ever-changing. Infinite damnation and infinite combinations, which is why it could look so different, but it's still the same realm. I'm pretty sure that's all that I needed from this area.
Welcome to the Alpha Labs, formerly designated Phase 1 by the Union Aerospace.
And that bit of continuity is why I've decided to wait until we're done with Doom 3 before I do the expansion for Doom 64 to bring us back into 2016 and Eternal, so we can rejoin Classic Doom Guy in the link between Classic and the modern games.
Construction on October 29, 2095, and became fully operational July 17th.
Ow! Oh shit, did I save recently? Well, recently enough, I suppose. Do you like 2016 or Doom Eternal better? That's... Huh. Well, there's different ways to think about that, because when 2016 came out, like, literally, I didn't play anything, and I mean anything else for a couple of years straight. Didn't matter. It was just all 2016 all the time. Multiplayer, single player, snap map, everything. My life became all about it. And that wasn't quite the same for Eternal. I mean, I didn't enjoy Eternal's multiplayer mode. But Eternal's campaign has some of the most addictive first-person combat I have ever played. Zipping around with the meat hook and the rocket launcher, planting shit down with the ballista. You could argue that game has more in common with Quake, but it's still so viscerally addictive. I fucking love it. So, I don't know. That doesn't really answer the question, because I ended up with a both and neither. But I love them both, and I've devoted thousands of hours to both. I like that Eternal pushes me to be a little bit more creative. But there's a lot that 2016 does really right, too. Like, it's more non-linear levels. I think that echoes classic Doom more. But, since the backbone of Eternal is its combat, it's no wonder that you're basically going from fight to fight to fight with traversal in between. It's not a bad decision, it's just a different one. The meat hook was an absolute game changer, though. I'm going to be sad to see it go in the Dark Ages. But I understand. Combat has changed to be much more grounded in the coming game. Grounded in the sense of the classics, so less aerial stunts, double jumping, platforming, all that stuff. I have a couple thousand hours in Doom 1 and 2 easy. Yep, same. And probably more, because I'm like over 40 and I've been playing since the games came out on a lot more hardware that didn't track the amount of time that I spend with it. Of course, the most amusing thing about that is I gotta figure my Super Nintendo version is still getting play. I'd love to be able to get some kind of read on that. Ow. Adding genuine mod support to Doom Eternal has been an absolute godsend, though, and that kind of elevates it a little bit above 2016, because SnapMap was good, but total mod freedom? Like, now I've got, when I'm running Doom Eternal, I've got the dinner launcher mod, which makes it so every time your rocket launcher fires a missile, it goes, dinner, and then it explodes. And then you get, like, the lock-on burst, who's like, dinner. And that eliminates revenants. And I've changed my Mancubi to be Big Chungus, and the Cyber Mancubi to be Shrek. So it's just it's devolving into shitposts, but it's still the best combat I've ever experienced. It's just a wonderful experience. And I can take all of that to Princess Peach's castle, and it's what Doom should be. Infinite damnation in infinite combinations. Spam. You don't have any useful... No, that's just website crashes. That's not relevant information. Time to go to the next section.
Access granted.
Aw. Running out of tea is always a sad thing.
I've received a report that you haven't reached Bravo Team yet. You need to pick up the pace. Can't wait for you. Reaching the communication facility quickly is imperative.
Springer, you calm your ass down. I just finished Scientist last night. I'm going to be playing Doom Zero. Oh, so good. Doom Zero is one of my favorite mods that I've ever played. It's the combat scenarios they designed are so so good. I recommend anybody playing Classic Doom give Doom 0 a try. I myself, off-scene, am working over Eve Eternity 2, and another one that I found via the Doom 1 and 2, you know, the official mod ones, called Parallel Dimensions. And it's a Quake campaign, but in Doom, and it's fucking cool. And then, of course, Going Down, which I have been playing for the channel. I've been having a great time with that. I gotta go back to that once the mainline games are cleared out. We're so far in it, like map 20-something? Another couple sessions we'd be able to get that out. Obviously, I endorse Going Down as well. Back to Saturn X 1 and 2 is also very, very worth playing. And those mods I find are actually really fun to use through GZ Doom, because there I can stack mods. And I find one of my favorite combinations is to use Back to Saturn X, but also use Doom 4 Vanilla, which adds weapons and stuff from 2016, but still vanilla gameplay, and combines that with Back to Saturn X, and it's a really cool experience. Kind of the way I played Doom 1, but as Doom 64, and with Tim Allen sounds that one time. That was a very fun version of Inferno. Ow! You son of a bitch. That... this is inefficient. What I should have done was use a grenade. That would have been the winning play there. Another thing I always reflect fondly on when especially when I see this environment, because this is a lot of what's reproduced in the old Fantasy Flight Doom board game. That was such a fun board game. It combined, like, my two favorite things. Space Hulk, which is my favorite miniature-based board game, itself being part of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. I love Warhammer 40,000, but Space Hulk is where my heart belongs to. Anyway, it takes basically the idea of Space Hulk, and it adds Doom, which is just the greatest goddamn thing for tabletop. If only because it gives me Doom models to paint. I love painting miniatures. Is this the one where that guy gave the stupid combo? No. That's a different place. Well, the whole section, guy works with less than intelligent people. You hear the PDA, he's like, I changed the code to 1, 2, 3, and they still forgot. Ooh, okay. Good thing we still have a bunch of that. Don't necessarily need shit from the video disc. I'm still trying to figure out how to get GZ Doom to run on my phone. I'm pretty sure stuff runs that as part of its backbone. In fact, let me check something while I listen for his information.
Security specialist in IT. Our network security has been breached several times over the last few days. Now, it looks like it may have been going on longer than that, but whoever did this really knew what they were doing. They covered the tracks really well. I just happened to notice some log anomalies, or it would still be going on. The intrusion came on an encrypted carrier signal.
Okay, yeah, that's totally correct. If you want to get GZ Doom running on your phone, Doom Guy, the program you want to look up is called Delta Touch. That should allow you the same flexibility of using mods, stacking mods, and
advanced.
Pretty much everything.
I can only tell it
Pair that with a Bluetooth controller and you're set,
no
buddy.
way to identify which machine or even which lab it came from. Whoever was in our system had access.
It's very simple to use. You just go in, download it, and then all you got to do is drop your WAD files exactly where it tells you. Done. It just works. Ah! Failing that, I know Free Doom, which is something you can download, also runs GZ Doom as its backbone, so you can put official WADs in there as well. But as I understand, the preferred one by the community is Delta Touch if you're playing on mobile.
Warning. EPD laser active.
You're the one that has the code. Was it in the email or the EPD accident? 2 p.m. Collection chamber status. Cones 5 trays have been replaced. No, the code must be in your audio log. Tell me about your EPD accident. I use a PS4 controller for Doom on my phone. Well, then you're set, man. That is excellent.
Audio log for Kyle Berger, research supervisor for the EPD project. The elemental phase deconstructor is fully operational, and the research data we have gathered so far is very impressive. Unfortunately, we had a terrible accident last week. Research assistant Patterson was calibrating one of the quark emitters in the chamber, and witnesses say he appeared to see something. It's almost like something was talking to him, and he backed right into the particle beam. It was not a pretty sight, as it took off the backside of his head. He lived a few minutes, although I'm not sure you could consider that living. But they say his eyes rolled back and forth, and he was trying to talk, although after losing that much brain matter, I'm sure it was his reflex actions.
Awful thing to get the back of your head shot off.
I have enacted new safety protocols in the lab.
All right, give me the code.
We have stocked one of the storage cabinets with emergency medical supplies. The code for the cabinet is 752.
752.
End of log.
You son of a bitch. In fact, I think I might even have that installed. Oh, no, I just got Free Doom. Yeah, I just got Free Doom. But, you know, on launch there, it just asks you, what IWAD do you want to use? What PWAD do you want to use? And you just check them off as you go. But Delta Touch would be a better experience. It's a bit more flexible, as I understand. Ow! After hearing that audio log of getting his fucking head blown off, I just carelessly exposed the back of my head. Hey, buddy. Yeah, 30 bullets to the dick is a pretty big weakness, I gotta say. Jesus, here I am running around like I haven't saved again. God, it's my worst habit. Hey now, you trying to hide in the dark like a clever zombie? What do you think this is, a well-designed game? I'm pretty sure Delta Touch also comes like pre-mapped for controllers if you have that set as your option, but because GZ Doom has that built-in controller compatibility. But you know, since it's GZ Doom, if that ends up not being the case, you can rebind as you like. Takes you no time at all. There's the entrance. Ah! What the? I didn't even hear that guy. Thank God I forgot to say, or remembered to save. Jeez. Dias Ferlis Dexia. I see you in there. Your glowing eyes kind of give you away. Excuse me? Oh, you come from back there. I was worried about the other dude, who's already there. No. Where's Tubby? There he is. Everyone's nice and accounted for. There. Whoa! Okay. Oh, you got me pinned. Alright. Alright. So I've been being followed. Either that or he was actually just in the shadows and I didn't see. It's twice you got me. Yeah. GZ Doom was one of those things you just really want to have on hand for all of the mods, though. So I don't blame you for really wanting to get that going no matter how you can. I love having it on my Steam Deck. For when the mods in the official version aren't cutting it, or I feel like playing Tetris with them, it's the only way to go. And who knows, that could be literal. There probably is a Tetris Doom mod. I know there's a Mortal Kombat Doom mod. Quake 2 or Quake 2 64? Ooh. Ooh. Quake 2 has that bitchin' soundtrack that is just one of the best pieces of video game OST work. But for gameplay, my heart belongs to Quake 2 64. I just appreciate those levels more. Plus, I gotta confess, nostalgia would be a hell of a factor here. Because while I did have PC Quake 2 back in the day, I didn't always have access to it the same way that I did on the N64. So that became the system I spent the most time with the game on. Not that I don't enjoy running through the PC one quite a bit. I mean, that soundtrack keeps me going all the time.
Gas leak stopped. Fire extinguished.
Its expansions are pretty good, too. Yeah, it's a real half and half. But yeah, I just gotta settle on the answer of... It's gonna have to be Quake 2 64. particularly what Night Dive did with it. Giving us those modern controls, that proper modern resolution support. It strengthens my enjoyment, or my ability to enjoy those levels, being able to play them so smoothly. Though another real good argument on the 4 PC is the new added campaign from Machine Games, The Call of the Machine. Like that chapter is peak Quake 2. Okay, right, I did activate you. Why did I feel the need to come back here? Quake 2's multiplayer was god tier no matter if it was 64 or PC though. I actually had more fun playing Quake 2 Deathmatch split screen on the 64 than I did GoldenEye. There's just something about the railgun that is so mwah, on any platform. Just taking someone the fuck out with that, it's so satisfying. Okay, Duke Nukem or Quake? Oh, Quake. I don't even need to think about it. I love Duke. Let me be clear about that. I love Duke in many of his forms. I've been playing since he was a side-scroller. But Quake is just so much more... I don't want to use the word interesting, but it's more my vibe. But I do really love Quake. Or not, obviously I love Quake, but I do really love Duke. Particularly Duke Nukem 3D. That is just the apex of Duke Nukem. And you know what? Hot take. I was not disappointed by Duke Nukem Forever. Now, I'm not saying it was a, you know, appropriate, because, what's the best way I can say that? Regarding Duke Nukem Forever, I got exactly the game I expected. Not the game I wanted, but the game I expected. That dude's having a good day. Nice. Oh yeah, gotta be all about that Quake. Duke is one of those things I'm definitely going to play for the channel at some point. Yes, Duke 3D is a badass game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely an all-time favorite, but Quake just takes it that much further for me. Between the look, the sound, the everything. But I will say Duke Nukem 64 had, again, some of the best deathmatch experience. Some of the different things that it brought to the table, like the different ammo types. What did they call those? For the handgun, for example, they came in a red clip. Dum-dums, that's it. You get a bunch of dum-dum rounds in your pistol, and you're like on the other side of the football field, and you know, because doing Stadium, because that's one of the best deathmatch levels, and just crack, 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 taking someone out with like 3 quick shots. So satisfying. Same thing with the shotgun and the explosive shells, just on the other side. Crunch. It's almost as good as the railgun. Almost as good. But it's just a great time. Also, some of the exclusive levels in there, like Dukenstein. Duke is always a good time. Tell you where else I was also really impressed with Duke Nukem was on the Game Boy Advance. instead of being a port like every other FPS, well, most others. I can't really speak to Serious Sam because I've never played it, but I'd be talking between like the Wolfenstein games and Doom. Duke Nukem on Game Boy Advance was its own game with its own levels, its own story, and that really stood out to me. It also stood out to me that it was really good on the GBA. Like, honest to God, really good. Genuinely surprised by it. It did. The N64 is my favorite game system of all time. Yes. Yes, sir. You are a man of culture. I'm glad you two have experienced the greatness of Duke Nukem 64 Deathmatch. Hey, come on now. I have so many memories with it. Same. There's so much of that system that just defines so much of my youth. Everything I played on it felt like such an astounding revolution, especially coming, fresh off the Super Nintendo, walking from Mario World into Super Mario 64 was like, holy shit. And then from like Super Star Wars into Shadows of the Empire, it's like, holy shit. And then, well, honestly, any version of Doom, even the PC, and then going to Doom 64, it's like, holy shit. Like, oh my god. Gave me all the first-person action I could possibly have asked for. Between those, everything we've just been talking about, and the Turok quadrilogy, I suppose I have to say, because I know there's only 3 games in the main line, but I do not do Rage Wars dirty. Because I played so much Turok Rage Wars, it's hilarious. I really hope at some point Night Dive goes back and remasters that. I've got their remasters of the original trilogy, and I want them to round that out with that last game. And also, God, Hexen on the N64 just fucking took over. I lightly poked at it on PC, but largely at a friend's house, so I didn't really get the chance to sit down with it. And then I picked it up on a whim when I was, surfing secondhand markets. I think this would have been at Microplay. I know that's a long defunct chain like many other game stores. But that would be where I first rented it. And no, it wasn't Microplay. Microplay was where I bought a copy from. I rented it from Jumbo, got hooked, and then bought it. Anyway, when I got a taste and really sat down with it, I was just like, oh my god, this is like so different than anything else I'm used to playing, and it just took over. Me and my brother spent so many hours playing split-screen games. Oh man, everybody, god. Mario Kart, god. The Turok games, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Quake 2. Loved playing cooperative Quake split-screen. And I love that's a feature that Night Dive retained in their remasters of Quake 1 and 2. The ability to play those games in split screen. Anyone who's willing to celebrate local couch co-op earns so many points for me. Here I am waiting for an ambush to trigger that's already ambushed and I've dealt with it. Those are going to collapse. So, just in case they collapse too far... That's a good sign. Eat it. I'll just take this good stuff, thank you. I miss DK64. I need to get a new copy of it. That game, I have a complicated relation with. Like, I know in my heart of hearts it's probably more fun than I had with it, but you see, I like to try it 100% games, and as everyone who likes this game has told me, that's my mistake. I get burned out doing on some of those coin things, and then I end up never finishing it. Every one of my friends has told me, just don't bother with that. Just beat the game. You'll have so much more fun. No different than maybe deciding, you know what, maybe I don't need every star from Tick-Tock Clock or Rainbow Ride. Hey, bud. Still gurgling at me without the top of a head? Love the headless zombies and their flopping jaws. The N64 was also where I first sat down and played Resident Evil 2. My buddies were all playing it on PlayStation, but at that time, I didn't have a PlayStation, so I grabbed it for my N64. I later did get a PlayStation because Symphony of the Night pushed me over the edge. But, nonetheless, the N64 was my first Resident Evil 2. And thusly where most of my nostalgia belongs, even though many other versions are better for a variety of reasons. Doesn't stop me from replaying the 64 version, though.
Oh, it startled me. Man, I'm never glad to see you. I thought I was all alone. It's freaking spooky, man. The hydrocon's blown a few circuits and it's unstable. Be careful with that gun. A stray bolt.
Kapop! Pat Harvey lost PDA. Stop losing your shit. User data, no audio logs. I'm looking into getting my N64 fixed. I don't want to get a new one because I have a lot of memories with my old one. Look, I understand that. I understand that, like, from head to toe. The original system that came from your youth, 100% unique. I wouldn't give mine up for the world. Audio logs, no email, Hydrocon, time off. Was that guy about to turn into a demon or something? I didn't trust him. No, actually, he's just trying to survive. And I saved him, we'll say. I saved him from becoming probably something later. That never actually happens in-game, so my save is entirely narrative and implied. He never becomes an offensive target. That's just something I did. Actually, on the note of Resident Evil 2 64, Doom Guy, you would appreciate my last playthrough of that game was on the N64. And it had to be because I recently had my cartridge signed by Claire Redfield. So, of course, it had to be that version. The only civilian who gets possessed and actually becomes a demon in a way that we have to deal with is the guy at the very start of the game that I popped before he got possessed. He described the demon-rizzled station as being friggin' spooky. I don't think he would have been helpful. Yeah, I agree. I saved both him and myself. Demons from hell have come for our souls. Friggin' spooky. You go, Campbell. Oh, all right. I'm not firing with you in there. And yes, there's a reason for me not doing that. Those pumping things on the left, if a stray bullet hits those, they blow up and take the room out with it. So, we don't do that. But you know what? Since we did just save. That's why we don't fight monsters in there. It's one of the games where all the civilians you encounter, if any at all, are all completely innocent. I'm just performing mercy. By the end of the game, demons have killed everybody in the base. And you are the only found survivor. Because it's Doom. But that's the end of the game. We gotta get there. No, we don't go there yet. Oh. Right. We do. I'm thinking of the Xbox version. Excuse me? I'll be taking that, thank you. You, okay. The shotgun, I believe, is the call here. Are you talking to my wife? Welcome, Winters. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You're sort of preemptively killing a zombie. I get it. Even if you never meet that zombie, it's still the neighborly thing to do. Exactly. Like, he's gonna sit there, working his pad, doing his thing, and then eventually he's gonna get possessed or eaten. It's not gonna be a good time for him. I'm being a perfect gentleman. Hell yeah. Alpha Labs 2. Alright, game is saved. Oh, this is one of my favorite levels. Okay, I am going to take myself a quick break for lunch because I'm getting real hungry. And then we'll be right back with continuing right where we left off. More Doom 3, because I am having a great time. So, stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you soon as I've gotten food in my face. See you in a bit, everybody.